Good afternoon and welcome to our penultimate session with Mishack and Mthethwa from AECI. Well, we're bringing it back to South Africa now, and hopefully we will not have the internet connectivity challenges that we've had with our neighboring countries. Mishack, I implore you, please do something if there are any connectivity issues so that our delegates can at least have one session where they are not frustrated. Again, we will be recording those sessions for you and you will have access to them. Mishack, the floor is yours. How to do business with AECI. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Pal. Thank you for that. And I hope indeed my session is not littered with all of those issues that I saw earlier on in the day. And I thought it was your doing, Pal, but indeed it's not something that you could that you have made. I guess, look, it's the new normal. We're all learning this new technology. So here we are. Guys, thank you very much. Good afternoon to everyone. I'm going to take you through really the organization itself, a little bit brief around it, because I've realized and I've figured out even during my time in the industry that AECI as a brand wasn't really that well known in terms of what it does, but some of its functions were actually well known across the globe. So I'm going to touch on that, and I'll touch on opportunities pretty much, and also where exactly the opportunities are, and then how you would get into the system or into participating in those opportunities. And I touch pretty much on SME or ESD's part, development part, or opportunities for smaller guys who are looking to do business with us. And that'll be, I hope it'll be as interactive, pretty much at the back end of the session. On the lounges or in the lobby, wherever we can, and continue to engage, let's do so. So first and foremost, I'll just kick off through a video that will give us pretty much a picture of where AECI is today, and also giving a little bit, before I give a little bit of the history around the company. So let me share that picture, and hopefully I do not have that technical glitch, and everybody enjoys. Yep. I hope everybody got that. Everybody saw that. We are indeed a global company that is positioned or set up to really contribute significantly for the betterment of the world. So just a little bit brief around the AECI and its purpose of betterment of the world. The company has chosen to really be purpose-led in everything that it does. It's very committed in the business in a way that contributes into a betterment of the world. It recognizes that being one AECI is better for the company itself, for the shareholders, the customers, and the world. And you will very soon see where the organization is coming and why is that. Its payoff line is good chemistry, and then it is at the center of that its purpose is to make sure that there is impact across worldwide stakeholders, positively so, playing a role in the number of sectors and industries to be able to advance the objectives of humankind, and also as a business that's a good corporate citizenship in the country and in areas and communities where we operate. We're very much clear around safety being important, having been relaunched in the company, around making sure we do not harm our people, and then we do good in environment. Recently issued sustainable development report that touches broadly on that. It's available in our website. AECI as a company operates in about 22 countries and 6 continents, that is. So we are properly a global company. Yes, it may come up as we're bringing it home on Pearl's introduction in South Africa, but we do operate quite globally through 12 companies of ours. And the 12 companies are actually structured into 4 pillars, what we call pillars. It's sectors or industries, if you like. The first one being the mining sector. The mining sector is 2 businesses in there, which is explosives business and mining chemicals business. It is a global player present in pretty much all the continents, 6 continents that I've mentioned, and the 22 countries that I've mentioned. It is by our biggest business unit, that's generating pretty much 60-70% of the company's value, revenue. The second sector that has about 2 businesses in there is called animal and plant health. One business focusing much on the plant health, which is the biggest in that pillar. When we're looking at the health and sort of like chemicals that deals with weeds and the healthiness, if you like, of the plant or crops. And the other business on the animal side of things, which dealing with the healthiness and growth and looking after the animals, those in farming in that space. So it's pretty much our agrochemicals type of business that. And the third pillar or sector that we're looking at is a water pillar. It's pretty much African continent focused. It's not outside of Africa yet. Water treatment, building different technologies that is up and coming there in terms of how we treat water. In municipal country partnerships that we have in place, and more so in mining as well. When you look at tailings, etc. So we've got technologies that ranges from your desalination plants, making seawater drinkable, to wastewater reclamation and making those drinkable as well. And the fourth and final sector, it's the chemical cluster pillar, which AECI is synonymous of as a chemicals company. There's a couple of businesses in there that ranges from chipboards making chemicals, your sulfur industry playing chemicals to processing and soaps, dishwashing liquid. In that pillar, we've also positioned recent companies that is playing in industry as well as food. Chemicals, if you like, but mostly those healthy edible foods that's sitting within that fourth and large pillar. So very diverse company playing in different sectors and industries, impacting various stakeholders across the world. The company is an over 100-year-old South African company. For many who wouldn't have known, started at the early days of the gold rush in Johannesburg around 1894 and situated in Modderfontein, where it still is today, manufacturing all of those explosives. Fast track moving forward, it was however registered as a company in 1924 and listed at JSE Stock Exchange, while it was still owned by a company called AECI at the time and Anglo American as joint venture when it listed in 1966. And then later on evolved into a multi-chemical diversified group that it is today, post-1994 reintroduction of the country in the global economy. And I've mentioned, of course, the pillars and the companies and where we are. The company is well driven by its bigger values. The bigger values, the bigger itself, or the values themselves, B standing for being bold, And innovation is at the heart of what we do. We continuously innovate and seek to better the technologies for the humankind and for environment, for the beneficiation of our customers and stakeholders. The double G for the bigger stands for going green, impacting the green environment, which has now been amplified through the release of our Sustainable Development Report. It's well covered in there. And E standing for engaged. We are an engaged organization, and R for responsible. We do everything responsibly. So if you look at this, AECI sets itself to conduct all its businesses in a manner that really upholds its ethos. Now, to just demonstrate how really the company has continued and has played in different sectors and industries, one wouldn't know and imagine that a company like AECI would play in a entertainment in movie space, and what role would AECI have in that space? Well, for information, AECI did participate in a movie making space not long ago, 3 or 4 years ago, when this movie was made. I'll let you see for yourself what was our role in that and what is that all about. Hope it plays and doesn't disappoint me.